Hi, I'm Katja and this is SilverOcean Yoga. Today we're going to work on the legs. I hope you enjoy the practice and I look forward to sharing many more with you. Let's start in a kneeling position. Let your hands rest in your lap and then allow the eyes to close. Let the sitting bones ground down towards the heels. And from there, rise up tall through the spine, all the way out through the crown of the head. Observe the breath as it flows in and out through the nostrils. Watching the rise and fall of the chest and belly. Every time your mind gets caught up in a story, a feeling or sensation, then bring your awareness back to your breath and stay with that in and out flow. As you start to settle, release any thoughts of what happened before arriving on the mat, or any plans you have for later. Just staying present throughout the practice. And then opening the eyes, find your way to plank. Wrists come under the shoulders, tucking the toes, push back into the heels. Staying for a few breaths here. Really activate the front side of the body. Feeling stable. You can always drop the knees to the floor if you need a bit of extra support. And then just to mix it up, let's run in plank. So staying steady with the upper body. Lifting first the right knee, then the left. And then running back and forth, warming up the body. Keeping the shoulders relatively stable. There's got to be a bit of movement here. Continue hugging the belly in, pushing back through each heel. Twice more. And then come back to down dog. Keeping the knees bent, lift the hips, lengthen the front of the body. Let the ears be by the biceps. And on your exhale, look forward, dropping the hips. Walk or step to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, release. Inhale, circle the arms and come all the way back up to standing. Going to flow through a few half forward folds. I want you to really be wary of the lower back. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And as you hinge at the hips, bend the knees. Folding forward. Keep a long lower back. And only fold as far as you can without losing that length. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps back, feet hip width apart, find your balance, and then lifting up into high lunge. Keep the back knee bent so that you can push through the pelvis towards the front knee. Stretching into that right quad, even noticing the right psoas here, and then let the shoulders release. Steadying the breath. Watching the in and out flow, and maybe sinking slightly deeper into that front knee. And then we're going to do some dips. Bending the back knee, sinking towards the floor. Inhale, come back up. 4 more. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale. exhale down, inhale up. Letting the tailbone drop. Last time. Leaning forward, coming into a diagonal high lunge, push into the back heel, lift the front body, kind of in a supported plank. You can imagine, front body really active, and then step forward to find chair. Hands come together in front of the heart, let the chin drop, and then push into the legs and come up to standing. So, I bet you're getting warm. Let's continue. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Remember that lower back. Want to keep away from the rounding. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, as you fold, step the left leg back. High lunge on the other side. So bend the knee as much as you need to so you can keep the shoulders over the hips without going into a back bend. Push down through both feet. And then coming into dips, bending the back knee, sinking down. Inhale up. 4 more. Exhaling. Inhale up. Maybe feeling that back glute working, squeezing the front thigh, starting to burn here. Last time. Coming down and up. Diagonal. Maybe adjust if you need to. Lengthen through the crown of the head as you push through the back heel. And then stepping forward, coming into chair. Front body active. Push into both legs and come back to mountain. Let the feet be hip width apart, arms alongside the body. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinging forward, long spine. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, step the right foot back. When you have your balance, lift into high lunge. And then drop the back heel, opening into warrior 2. Notice that the back toes turn in, front knee stays over the ankle. We're going to stay for 4 more breaths. So let the right hip roll slightly forward so that you can bring the left hip slightly back. And then bring more weight into the back leg. Steadying the breath here. So maybe you're feeling the burn in the thighs, starting to work. Last breath. Dropping the back arm, lift and rotate to the side, coming into a reverse warrior, still sinking down into that front hip. Find your breath. Lengthening through the back leg at the same time. And then moving forward, come into side angle, forearm meets the front thigh. Keep the hips stable and then rotate that right shoulder around. You can keep the arm alongside the body or rotating it forwards, palm facing down. So there's a twist in the upper body happening here. Legs are nice and stable. And you're just hovering with that forearm on the thigh. Come back to your warrior 2. Nice and steady. And then rotate to your high lunge. Diagonal. And all the way forward to chair. Pushing into both legs. Come back to standing. Maybe give the legs a wiggle, starting to feel them. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, folding forward. As you'll notice, I have a nice deep bend in my knees. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, maybe the fingers support you as you step back with the left leg. Reach up with the arms, finding your high lunge. And then drop the back heel, opening into warrior two. So often it's a front heel hits the back arch, or maybe front heel hits the back heel, depending on your hips, on your stance. Sinking into the front knee, lift away from the front thigh. Three more breaths here. And often we focus on the inhale, we tend to forget the exhale. To see if you can create same length. Inhale and exhale. Drop the back arm, lift the front, rotate to the sides, coming into a side stretch, reverse warrior. Maintaining the bend in the back knee. Keeping the core working. And then coming forward. Forearm rests on the thigh. Look down, keep the knee over the ankle. Back arm alongside the body. Or inhale, sweep the arm up. Squeeze the right hip in and open that left shoulder. Let the hips drop slightly and then come back to your warrior two. Circling high lunge, maybe widening the stance. Diagonal, stepping into your chair, bringing the hands together in front of the heart, and then I'm going to walk back to the middle of the mat, lift the heels, come onto my toes. So it might be easier to walk the feet together here, then we have a bit of support for the knees. Lift the heels, squeeze the knees, the inner thighs together. Maybe lift the shoulders slightly back. Nice steady breath, and then we're going to sink down. Coming into a squat. You can bring the fingertips to the floor for support, for the balance, or keeping the hands together in prayer. So in any balance, really work the core. Focus on lifting and lengthening, and then pulling the front of the body to the back. Let the knees widen. Bring the fingers to the floor. And then I'm going to walk the feet out to the side. Dropping the heels. You can come into Malasana. If you need a block, have a block or a book. You can use that to sit on. I think that gives a bit of extra length. Maybe the legs are tired now, you need a bit of a rest. Push the upper arms into the thighs. Lift and lengthen. And use the inner thighs to push against the elbows. Elbows push against the inner thighs. Keeping a lift in the inner arch of the foot as you push through the big toe. And then let's remove the block. Coming down to a seated position. And then coming all the way to the floor. Ah, that feels nice. Stretching through the left leg. Lift the right knee. Interlacing the hands over the right knee. And then notice your lower back. For some this feels nicer with the left foot on the floor. Then you can release the the lower back all the way to the floor. So feeling a broadening, maybe a sense of dropping down into that lower back. And the hands are just there for support. They're creating a little bit of extra weight so that you can lengthen. I'm going to take my right hand to the right knee, moving the knee out to the side, resting on my elbow here for support. And then I'm going to let that left knee fall out to the side. So I'm stretching the inner groin here. Breathing, imagining the breath moving in all directions, to the front of the body, the sides, as well as the back. Bring both knees back to center, straightening through the left, and then bringing the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Right hand comes off to the side. And I'm going to rotate, coming into a twist. So maybe the right toes touch the floor, keeping my right shoulder on the floor, or you can use a block, bolster, anything under that right knee. Turning the face to the side, allowing the eyes to close. Feeling that right outer hip moving into the glute. Nice stretch here. Even a twist up the spine. And then gently rolling back, hug both knees to the chest. I like it nice and wide here so that my lower back releases. And then switch. Right foot comes to the floor. Let's start with that on the floor and then you can decide. Interlace the hands over the left knee, letting the left knee move towards the chest, maybe a bit diagonal to give it a bit of space here. Notice that your breath is starting to slow down. Still staying present, sensing any stretching, and if there's any pain, there's always two different types of pain. There's a sharp pain and there's a more stretchy, uncomfortable but okay pain. So if you're feeling that it's sharp and really uncomfortable, painful, then I want you to stop. Whereas if you're getting to that point where you feel, okay, this is a nice sensation, I'm working a stretch, then you stay there. Left hand to left knee, opening out to the side. Right knee, hip pop. Right knee drops out to the side. You can even rest the right hand on that right thigh, so giving a bit of weight here as well. See if you can lengthen through the crown, releasing the chin slightly, lengthening the back of the neck. Inhale back, both knees back to center, straightening through the right, and then right hand comes to the outside of the left, straightening through the left arm, bring the right knee across, twisting. See if you can focus on that left shoulder being connected to the mat. So maybe you're only in a slight twist, that's completely fine. Remember, you're working where you are. Letting that right leg soften here. Left knee dropping. And then swing back to center. Hug both knees. Maybe a bit of rolling or circling the knees. And then stretch through your legs, coming into a well-deserved final relaxation. Move the feet hip width or further apart, letting the toes fall out to the sides. Hands move away from the body, palms facing up. See if you can squeeze the shoulder blades slightly together, opening across the heart. Coming back to your breath. And if you like, you can stay longer. Otherwise, deepening the breath. Maybe wiggle fingers and toes. Stretching the arms overhead. And roll onto your right side for a few moments longer. Push up into a comfortable seated position, allowing the eyes to stay closed. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. Full inhale and exhale. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy.